Hey, my love buzz, my good people, God's children. Welcome back to Mental Check Monday. And I am so happy to be here with y'all. I am so happy to be here with you guys because this weekend I fought through depression and I survived. All right, I survived and I learned that the weekends are my loneliest days and longest days. And I have to find things on the weekend. I got to get back to dating myself. That's just it. I got to get back to dating myself and finding me. I no longer have my spouse, and my son is growing up, and my family and friends, they have their own lives, and I just have to create a life for myself, like a real life for myself that fits who I am, that makes me happy, that makes me jump with joy, that makes my life feel like God is in it, God designed it, and He is surrounding it. I surrender all of that to Him because I am a person who struggles with depression. I that it is what it is. Like, I try not to claim things like that because I'm always moving high and I wake up, with a high spirit. But it's a fight. It truly is a fight, and yeah, I didn't. I wanted to talk about what we discussed last week, but I just wanted to keep it real with somebody. Depression is real, and I am a woman who truly gets up and live a high functional depressional life. I do. And I encourage others to continue to dream and have hope and have faith because that's what makes me happy even through my depression. That's what makes me thrive. That's how I know my purpose is to do exactly what I'm doing, being transparent, being real, being honest, and being true about who I am so I can help somebody else. Because life is not easy, as everybody know, but everybody put a lot of glitter on their life. I don't want my stuff to be glittery. And as soon as the sun stop shining on it, you can see the dust. No. I want my light to be so bright from God that no shade can come upon it. No shade can shade it. So I'm going to keep working, and I'm not going to claim depression, but I am very self-aware of the things that cause my heart to ache, my mind to wonder, my soul to yearn for a connection on earth, you know, outside of family, you know. So yeah, that is Mental Check Monday for me. Realizing that I am not okay, but I am okay. Welcome to Mental Check Monday. um, yeah. Now let's just go ahead. I said I wasn't going to get into what we talked about last week, but let's just go ahead and get into what we talked about last week. Last week we asked ourselves a powerful question. Are we making decisions from our wounds or from wisdom? Today, let's go a little deeper. Excuse me. How do we actually know the difference? One thing I learned is that wounds and wisdom can sometimes sound similar. Both can tell us to walk away, both can tell us to be careful, both can tell us to wait. But their motives are completely different. A wound says, protect yourself so you never get hurt. Wisdom says, guide your heart, but don't let fear become your guide. Set boundaries out of self-love and not hurt. A wound says everyone will disappoint you. And that may be true. But wisdom says use discernment, evaluate the situation. Not everyone is the same, and not everyone deserves the same level of access. A wound says I have to control everything. I want it now. That's me, y'all. I'm going to keep it real. But wisdom says the what I'm fighting to have abundance of. says, trust God. Even when you don't have all the answers, just because you can't see it doesn't mean God is not working. Clock that, T's. I know He's working for me and you. So here's a simple way to check your heart before making a decision. Okay, let's do this. Me, you, and us all. Let's do this together. Ask yourself this: is this decision producing peace or panic? Am I reacting to what happened before or responding to what's happening now? Is fear making this decision or is faith? Okay, and take your time. Write these questions out and ask yourself. Take a moment when you are in a disagreement or in a heated emotional state and ask yourself these questions. Count yourself down and ask yourself, where's this coming from? I know the spirit that this person already have. I know the spirit that I have, the trigger that it will cause. Let me try to react differently. What will faith say? What will God do? Does this choice reflect God's character? Okay, what would God do? Or just my pain? Because sometimes we can go off and cause our own pain. Sometimes we can self-destruct, So be mindful of that. One thing I realize is that wisdom often requires patience. Once again, I'm being transparent. Something I do not have because I feel like I've been waiting for so long. I want it now. Lord, give it to me now. Okay? Like, so for real. But that's a wound talking because wounds usually want immediate relief. Wisdom is willing to wait for God's direction. Lord, I want your direction. I need your direction. The more time we spend with God, the easier it becomes to recognize His voice above our fears, our emotions, and our past experience. Remember, healing doesn't happen overnight. Give yourself grace. God isn't asking for perfection. He's inviting us into transformation, one decision at a time. This week, before making any big decision, pause and ask God for wisdom. Then give yourself permission to wait before reacting. James chapter 1:5 says, if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. All right? Thank you for spending another Mental Check Monday with me. I pray this encourages you to slow down, reflect, and continue to softly walk with God. I know it's not easy, but it's worth it. He will never leave you or forsake you. His will be done in your life. And I will see you next Monday. I love you, love bugs. Mwah.